I set out to see if I could make myself some comfortable pants that would also look polished and be work appropriate. To try and get that done, I chose 3 patterns with flat front and elasticated back waistbands. And I'm going to tell you all about this battle of the woven pull-on pants in today's video. Hi, I'm Izzy, and this channel is all about sewing. So in today's video, we're going to look at 3 woven pull-on pant patterns that have a flat waistband in the front and elasticated back. So we are maximizing comfort, but also try to look polished and work appropriate. That's the goal. I have tried to make myself some proper work trousers. I made the Miriam trousers by Cashmerette. I've also bought ready-to-wear trousers with the button and the fly and the rigid waistbands. I just don't like to wear pants like that anymore. They're just not comfortable. When I sit down, like most people, I spread, and I don't want something digging into my waist all day, every day. So I'm, like I said, on a mission to make myself some comfortable and yet polished pants. So the 3 patterns we're going to talk about today are the Calder Pants by Cashmerette, the Pietra Pants by Closet Core Patterns, and the Bennet Woven Pants by Stylark. I owned all of those patterns. I have made 2 of them already in the past. Wasn't able to get the fit perfect, so I've made adjustments this time around. Yeah, I didn't want to buy new patterns for this, so I decided to go with 3 that I already owned to see if I can make them work for me. Now we're going to look at these 3 patterns in like 3 different categories, so we're going to compare them on 3 points. First, drafting and instructions. Second, we're going to look at fit and comfort. And then thirdly, we're going to look at style. So do they fit my style guideposts of polished, understated, and fun? Are they work appropriate? Am I going to be able to wear those to the office over the summer months? So that's everything we're going to look at today in this video. So let's get started with the first pair that I made, the Calder Pants by Cashmerette. First of all, the Calder Pants are part of their regular catalog, so they are not a club pattern. You can get this pattern even if you're not a member of their club. They are wide legs. They can be pants, they can be cropped pants, or they can be shorts. And I'm sorry for looking down. I've got a ton of notes. They have inseam pockets. My pants need pockets, so they have inseam pockets. The pattern offers 2 different fit options, which I thought was brilliant. So you can have the apple fit without back darts, or you can have the pear fit that has darts in the back. I thought that was amazing. I went with the apple fit because I really don't have a big difference between my waist and my hips, so went with the apple shape. The pattern is offered in sizes 12 to 32, which basically accommodates a waist up to 52 inches and hips up to 62 inches, so a very good size range. That is one of their patterns that is not offered in the lower size range though, so it's great on the larger sizes, but it's limited for the smaller sizes. Recommended fabrics are light to medium woven fabric. So we're talking here rayon twill, tencel, linen, chambray. So you want something that has some drape, especially if you're going to make the full length wide leg pants, because that's a lot of fabric. You'll need up to 3 yards of fabric for these pants. They are quite wide. That's if you're making the full length version of the pants. You'll also need 2-inch elastic for the back waistband. That's amazing. I do love a nice chunky waistband. Yeah, it doesn't dig into you. It's fabulous. The cost of this pattern is $26 US, and it's only available as a PDF. Now, $26 US is not cheap for a pattern. I normally really don't mind paying that much money for a pattern by Cashmerette if it's for a top, because their top patterns or dress patterns fit me so well. They're designed for curves. I've got curves up here. So 20 to 26 US for Cashmerette, not a problem. For a bottom, however, I find that a little bit steep in terms of price. But there you go. All right, now in terms of drafting, design, and instructions for the Calder Pants, I had 0 issues putting these together. Like most Cashmerette patterns, their instructions are very, very good. They use illustrations, which is my personal preference. I don't like photos in tutorials or in pattern instructions. All the matches, all the notches match. And putting these pants together, like, no issues whatsoever. Yeah, very nice, easy sew. In terms of fit and comfort, now, I have my pants right here, and I am going to insert some footage of twirls I took, as well as pictures, just so you can see the fit on me. So you've got the flat front and elasticated waistband that you sew on top of, so it doesn't twist, it doesn't flip. It's, yeah, they stay put in the back. Amazing. They are very comfortable, except that the rise is incredibly long. And I did take out 1.5 inches off the front rise, and they are still incredibly long in the rise. The crotch on these is almost in the middle of my thighs. So yeah, if I were to make these again, I would definitely need to take out length in the front and the back, because at this point they are not comfortable. If I want them to be comfortable, this waistband needs to basically be right under my boobs, because if not, when I walk, my thighs can touch because the crotch is so low. So from a comfort and fit, not the best. Now, this is obviously partly my fault. I should have measured the crotch length a little bit better and compare it to my measurements. And I obviously did a very bad job of that, because I thought removing 1.5 inches in the front would be enough, and it wasn't. The other fit thing, and again, it's a very minor thing, but they were so long on me. I took out a good chunk, and I think I took out too much. So I don't love where these are hitting me right now. I find they're just a touch too short. So I don't know what I'm going to do with them. I don't know if I'm actually going to wear them, because as I said, they're not comfortable to wear at all. So I might try to see if I can take the waistband off, take the pockets off, and then take some length out of the rise, and then put the pockets back in, put the waistband back in, and then take off a few inches off the length, and basically have them be culottes that end right under my calf. So I think I would like that style. That would make them work appropriate for the summer. I could wear some nice slingback sandals with them, a nice blouse, and yeah, they would work for the office. In terms of, do they fit my style guideposts? Right now they do not. They do not feel polished at all because of the low crotch or the waistband under the boob. Also, there's a lot of, and I don't know if that's because the rise is too long, but I don't love how they fit me in the back. I find there's just too much fabric there. So maybe I needed to size down. So yeah, there are issues with the fit, which makes them not polished. They are definitely understated. This solid color is basically a neutral for me. And yeah, and they are fun in the sense that wide leg pants, I find, are a lot more fun. The color is really nice. The fabric is great. This is a rayon linen blend. Love this. So they fit 2 of my 3 style guideposts, but polished is my most important one. So these aren't gonna cut it, unfortunately, for work appropriate pants until I'm able to fit them or to fix them so that I actually want to wear them. So that is the Calder Pants by Cashmerette. Next up is the Pietra Pants by Closet Core Patterns. This is not a recent pattern, and so many people in the sewing community have made these. They came out as part of a collection. It was their Rome collection, and they were also part of the patterns you got for free if you signed up for their Intro to Sewing class or Sewing Basics class. I can't remember exactly what it was called, but if you bought their digital class, you got the Pietra Pants, the Cielo top, and the Fiore skirt. You got a skirt. I made the Pietra Pants 4 or 5 years ago now, I think. It must have been at least 5 years because it was before the pandemic. They were one of my first pairs of trousers and did not fit me at all. But like the rise again was way too long. They came all the way up to my boobs. The back didn't fit me very well, and I think I picked a size that was a little bit too big, and then the elastic bringing them in gave me like too much volume in the back. So I really wanted to make them again because I've recently seen a few people make these, and I do love the style. I love those pockets in the front. So I really wanted to make them again. Now a little bit about the actual pattern and sizes and all that good stuff. The pattern comes in 3 views. So view A is a wide leg pant, which is what I made the first time. View B is a tapered leg, which is what I did this time. And then you've got view C, which is a pair of flared shorts. I think I'm gonna wanna make the shorts at some point. Pattern comes in 2 size brackets, so from 0 to 20, which is available in PDF and printed, and 14 to 32, which is only available as a PDF. The size 32 accommodates a waist of 53 inches and 63-inch hips. Recommended fabrics range depending on the look you're after. And they say this in the pattern. So you can use linen, chambray, lightweight denim for a more structured look, especially like the tapered legs. I think they look really good in a more structured, more rigid fabric. But then you can also go for rayon, tencel, or silk for the wide legs. Yeah, how luxurious would that be? And then the shorts, again, I think I would go with a more structured kind of fabric for those. I would definitely avoid very heavyweight, like a heavyweight denim, a heavyweight corduroy, because all of the gathering in the back waistband is gonna add a lot of bulk, a lot of volume back there. So I don't know that really thick or really heavyweight fabric would work for these. You'll need also up to about 3 yards of fabric for your Pietras if you're making the full length wide leg view in the 14 to 32 size range. And you'll need 2-inch elastic for the back, another nice chunky waistband in the back. I do like this. The cost of this one is $20 US for the printed pattern and $18 US for the PDF. So that is $8 less than the Calder Pants by Cashmerette. In terms of drafting design instructions, no issues whatsoever. This is such a fun sew, the way to put these pockets in. It's just that little bit challenging, that little bit more fun than your, straightforward sew. It's a bit of a head scratcher at times because, flip the pocket here and fold there, and then magically you've got really nice pockets on a pair of pants. So love the construction of these. I like how the elastic goes in the back. Here again, and I'm going to show them to you. Here again, you top stitch the elastic to keep it from twisting or moving around. So you've got your flat front. Here you've got your top stitched back waistband. You've got a really chunky facing in the front that almost acts as like a stay, like a stomach stay, which is very nice because if you've got nice structured fabric that kind of holds you in. The facing is top stitch in the seam. You probably can't see a thing because of my fabric, but there's a seam here and a seam here for the pockets, and you top stitch the facing down all the way down through these seams, so there's no risk of your facing popping out. It's nice and secure down there. So yeah, so you've got the 2 pockets right here in the front. And when they say tapered legs, I mean, this is not super, like, these are not skinny jeans by any stretch of the imagination. I love the leg shape of these pants. From a fit and comfort perspective, I really, really, really like these. Now the rise I shortened by 1.5 inches only in the front again, and I think I could take out more because when I have them sit where they are most comfortable, I find the waistband in the front is a touch high. It's not like it's so high, it's not right under my boobs, but it's high enough that I would not tuck anything into them. I find that the proportions would get very strange. So I'm always going to be wearing tops outside of these pants, which is not a big deal because in the photos and footage, I'm wearing a white Be Mine balloon sleeve top with them. And I love the look. I really, really like this look. Now, you might remember I used this fabric to make myself a Pattern Emporium Smitten jacket. Now, I completely forgot to take a picture of the pants and the jacket together with maybe like a white tee or a blue tee or something, but I'm hoping that it's gonna look really, really cool. So yeah, fit and comfort. The fit is not perfect in the front or the back, but it's definitely good enough. I like where they hit me. They're supposed to be cropped, but I'm a little shorty, so they end up being just at the ankle on me, like basically right below the ankle. Like they touch the top of my foot, which I really like that length. So fit and comfort, pretty good. Could it be better? Yes, nothing's perfect in this world, but they are definitely wearable. I like them. And they're very comfortable because, oh, I forgot to say, this is rayon twill that has stretch in it. So they are crazy comfortable, and I think they look really cute. Now, How do they measure up in terms of polished, understated, and fun? I find them polished. I mean, the fit is good. They look really nice. The sewing is decent. They are fun. That fabric is fun. I don't know that they're super understated, but they aren't crazy bright and out there. I mean, the colors are pretty neutral. So I think they fit all three of my guideposts. And I could wear these to work, definitely could wear these to work in the summer with a nice white top like the Be Mine, or a shirt, like a button-up shirt in white or in black or in blue. Yeah, I think I have lots of options, and I could definitely dress up these pants with a cute little sandal and a button-up, and this would be perfectly appropriate for work. So Pietra Pants were a success, definitely a success. All right, so now let's talk about the third pair, my Bennet Woven Pants by Stylark. The Bennet Woven Pants I've made already. I made them in, last year sometime, June, July of last year. I had gotten the fit pretty good, but there was a lot of extra fabric in the front, and yeah, I wasn't crazy about the color I picked for my linen. I made them in a linen that was like a beigeish brown. Yeah, there was nothing fun about that linen. So because the fit wasn't great, I decided to just give them away. I put them in a bag last year and I gave them away to somebody. So I really wanted to make them again because they are, I thought, a really cute pair of summer pants. The Bennet Woven Pants are not super recent. Actually, I have no clue when these came out, but I first learned about them because Whitney from Tomcat Stitchery, I think, has a sew-along on her channel, or she made them and showed us a few tips and tricks on her channel, and that's how I came across that pattern, and that's when I bought it. So yeah, over a year ago now. They have straight legs, so these are not tapered, they're not wide leg, they're just straight down legs. They do have a fun side split at the bottom. I did not put the split. To me, that's just too fussy. That's not my style, so I did not put that in. They have inseam pockets that are anchored at the waist, which I love. They have a faux fly, so you do some top stitching in the front. Why don't I show you instead of just talking to you? So this is the front, so you can see, can you even see? My goodness, the top stitching here, yeah. And then this is a fly. There's no zip in here. And then you've got the back waistband that is also top stitch, but only at the top and the bottom. So that's how you're catching the elastic in here. It is 1.5 inch wide elastic, so not 2 inches on this one. You can purchase this pattern as a single size, like a lot of Stylark patterns, or multi-size, and you can purchase the PDF or printed. Yeah, so you can have single size, multi-size, you can have printed or PDF, but if you buy the multi-size, it's in 3 brackets. So you can buy the 4 to 16 bracket, the 10 to 22, or the 18 to 30. So you don't get the full range when you buy a Stylark pattern. The size 30, so the largest size, will accommodate a 50.5 inch waist and 61 inch hips. They suggest linen, crepe, light wool, but really any light to medium weight fabric would work. Linen, rayon. You don't want too much drape because then you lose some of the details. Plus it's a straight leg, so you don't need super drapey fabric. you'll need up to 2 3/4 yards of fabric depending on the size you're making, or if you're extra tall and need to lengthen your pants. I was surprised actually because all 3 pairs of pants were above 2.5 yards of fabric, and I have made pants in the past with 2.5 yards of fabric. So, but yeah, like the Pietras have those interesting pockets and the big thick facing, so I'm not surprised. The Calder are just crazy wide leg, so require a lot of fabric. I'm not sure why these, well, yeah, maybe in the larger sizes, I got away with 2 yards to make mine. So, and I made a size 20. Did I? Yes, I made a size 20. Oh, I should have said the Calder, I made a size 20, and the Pietras, I made a size 20. So all 3, I made a size 20. Calders, I probably could size down, but the other 2, the size is pretty spot on. The cost of this pattern is 25 Australian dollars, which is almost the same as the Canadian dollars. So I would say maybe 19, 20 US for the printed pattern, and 19 Australian dollars for the PDF. So that's 14, 15 US dollars. So the cheapest one out of all 3, but again, you get, you know, a restricted size range when you buy the Style Arc, whereas with the Pietras, you get the whole size range. In terms of drafting and instructions for the Bennet Woven Pants, well, if you've ever sewn a Style Arc pattern before, one of their older ones especially, you'll know that the instructions are very brief. Very, very, very brief. I have them printed somewhere. Okay, well, I don't see them now, but yeah, all of the instructions for these fit on one page, and there's one graphic on there. The good news is they have a photo sew along on their website. The instructions are not longer. There aren't any more words to the instructions on their tutorial, but they have pictures. So if you're a little confused by the words, and yeah, they have a picture that you might be able to understand a little bit more. There's one step, and I can't remember exactly which one. There's one step that I had to read the instructions like 10 times, and I've made these before. And then I had to go and look at the pictures, and then from the pictures, I finally figured it out. But the assembly, like the steps in putting these pants together, like the order of operation is different from any other pair of pants I've ever made before. I mean, it's not a bad thing. Like, these pants come together really, really well. The drafting is amazing. But yeah, just the order in which you sew the seams is different. But yeah, very, very good. In terms of fit and comfort, they are very comfortable. The fit here again is not perfect, but my first pair that I made last year, I had so much extra fabric in the front, it really wasn't nice. And removing 1.5 inches from the front rise really did the trick. I like these a lot better in the front, but for some reason, I don't know if it's because the fabric is a little bit different, they don't fit me in the back as well as they did last year. So, you know, could it be that I've put on a couple pounds since last year? Maybe, but yeah, because I made the same size and they really don't fit me the same way. They're entirely wearable. I like them. The length is good. I like the style. And they are really, really comfortable. I love those pockets anchored in the waistband. Yeah, really, really good. Now, how do they fit my 3 style guideposts? I think they look not as polished as the Pietras, but more polished than the Calders. And maybe that's the fabric, because this is a lightweight linen. I just find it looks a little more casual than, you know, the rayon twill that I use for the Pietras. Are they understated? Absolutely. This is not a crazy print. It's a very nice summer, like spring summer color and fabric. And it's a fun color, so they are fun. Are they work appropriate? Probably. Probably on a Friday, for example, or if I know that there won't be any big meetings or no clients walking around the office, that sort of thing. Like next week, I'm going in the office one day because our global CEO is going to be in town. I probably won't be wearing these that day. I might be wearing my Pietras that day, but I won't be wearing these. So they are work appropriate on some days, I think. But I think they do fit my style guidepost relatively well. So yeah, they are definitely a win. So based on what I've said this entire video, I think we all agree that the Pietras are the, well, for me, the Pietras are the winner here in terms of being able to find comfortable but also work appropriate trousers. I think the Pietras are it. The Calder are gonna need a lot of work to make them wearable, and the pattern is gonna need a lot of adjustments to make it doable. And I don't know that I wanna go through all that trouble because there are a million patterns like that out there. So yeah, to me, the big loser here is the Calder. The Bennet from Style Arc are definitely a winner. I am going to wear them. I'm probably going to wear them to work. And I can also wear them on weekends to go to, you know, my mom's for lunch or to go run errands. So they will be a great pair of pants for this summer. So, and I may make them again because I really, really do like them. And I think they are worth me fixing the minor fit issues that I have with them. Yeah, that's a really good pattern. But yeah, the winner is the Pietras. I love them. Are they perfect on me? No. When I make them again, I will, you know, reduce the length of the rise a little bit. But oh my gosh, do I ever like those pants. They are so cute. I feel cute when I'm wearing them. Yeah, I will wear those to work. I will wear those to like a fun family barbecue. I think they are going to be a really, really cute pair of pants for me this summer. And there will be more. There will definitely be more of the Pietra Pants. So I would love to know if you agree with my top pattern and second and third. Do you have any experience making any of these patterns? I would love to know what your thoughts on them were and how you like my new pants. Thanks so much for stopping by. Please give the video a like on your way out. Subscribe if you're not already, and I will see you soon.